Today on TNT Big Show, we go after Sega of America for some pretty disgusting accusations. All today on TNT Big Show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Lynn Tackett.
And this is Shawn.
Welcome to TNT Big Show. If you like our content, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've noticed a lot of people who watch our stuff aren't subscribed. Hey, y'all, don't cost you nothing, just hit the subscribe button.
Come on.
And ring the bell especially, that way you'll get notifications when we put up a new video. And if you want to help with the pesky algorithm, watch the whole video, give it a like, that'll help. Comment, just be nice to other people, save it to a playlist, or share it to social media. And this is from PC Magazine, and the headline is, quote, Sega of America accused of union busting threats after telling whole company it'll phase out temp employees, nearly half the union's membership. Now this is not Sega of Japan. Okay?
No.
It's a Sega of America. They function differently. Just the same way Nintendo of America and Nintendo of Japan did. A year ago, Nintendo got heavily criticized for basically doing the same thing with contract workers and stuff, but Doug Bowser stepped in. It came to his attention, and he handled it.
And they said,
yeah.
He didn't know this was going on.
Yeah, so he handled it. Some people got fired for mistreating the workers. Nintendo handled it. I hope Sega does the same.
I know.
You know, so let's give Sega the benefit of the doubt that their head management can be like, you know what, that's not right what you did to those people. Because I get why contract workers want unions and stuff, because, and I'm not talking about people who work there 1 day a week or something. I'm talking about the people who work there 4 or 5 days a week, and they work their butt off, and then, like, yeah, sure, when the contract's up, they'll want to leave, but what until then? What if they don't get a job for a little while? They're going to need benefits and stuff, and I don't blame them for wanting union membership. Sega did not take any phone calls for this. Here's what the company had to say. This is in the article. Quote, an internal letter sent by the company's leadership said that it would respect its commitments to the NLRB, thanks Game Informer. We believe that a direct relationship promotes a supportive environment, responsiveness, and a shared commitment. We respect our employees' rights and maintain our legal commitment to the NLRB process. Well then, how come you threaten to...
Exactly.
Sounds like corporate BS. The article continues. One might think that Sega of America would play ball after that, but their first negotiations have already prompted a legal charge. Union members have accused the company of threatening its temporary workers, according to a report by, I do not like Kotaku, but when good reporting is done. Continue. The proposal was delivered November 6 to the bargaining committee, stating the company would be phasing out its temporary employees offshored to Japan and Europe, as the report states. Bluntly, that's a terrible idea for the union, considering around 40% of its members, around 80 employees total, would be targeted by such layoffs. So in other words, they are doing this on purpose to send a message.
Of course they are.
It would be one thing if the company treated them really good. Like, there are a few companies where people really don't need unions because they're treated that good. I still think they should have the option for one. But if you feel comfortable enough, then you shouldn't have to join one if you don't want to. But this is different, and Sega of America should be ashamed of itself.
But, you know, Blizzard, Activision, Sony, Naughty Dog, this is capitalism.
Yeah.
This is what America wants to run by. This is pure, blatant, stupid...
abuse,
corporated capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you go back, folks, and there's a book I think you should read called The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, the godfather of capitalism, would be spinning in his grave right now. That the business owner and the workers were supposed to work together to lift everybody up, and that the only way a free market would work would be total equality. If the owners got too much money and there was too much inequality among races, genders, sexes, employee and employer, that it would all fall apart, and we're seeing that happen right now.
And who destroyed that? Not the very first person to do it, but the big one, Ronald Reagan, puking Reaganomics.
Yeah, and people are like, that doesn't have, yeah, it does. It has a lot to do with this. There was a lot of union busting, and now in these so-called, quote-unquote, right-to-work states, you can't form unions.
No.
It doesn't matter how bad you're treated or anything like that, you know, you can't form one.
Unions, yeah.
It should be legal. Now, I'm not saying, like, every person has to join, because SAG does that a little unfairly, I think, and they'll punish people who don't join SAG, and I think that's silly. But I absolutely think you should have the option to have a union. So that way, people who feel they're being treated unfairly can have a voice. So Sega, shame on you. And this is something that needs to be talked about because, and I'll give her credit on this, Stephanie Sterling, she's been doing a heck of a job.
Yeah.
She's really going after, not the developers and stuff, but the CEOs, the head corporation managers and stuff.
Yeah.
She's going after these people for overworking their employees, mistreating them, underpaying them. That's the right people to go after because you want to blame somebody for Cyberpunk releasing how it did. Don't blame the developers.
Yeah.
They had to release it when the bigwigs told them to because the developers tried to tell CD Projekt Red that the game would not be ready for another 1.5 or 2 years, and they didn't listen.
Wow.
But now look at Cyberpunk. It is a finished game. It's much better. It may not be everything that CD Projekt Red promised, but it's a heck of a lot better game than when it first released.
Yes, it is. And as I've always said, like a broken record, Super Mario Bros. Wonder set the stage of how games and employers, how they treat their employees, not to rush them, not to backbreak them. Take your time and look what a quality product you get.
Yeah, so stop blaming the developers. They're not the ones doing this.
Exactly.
And then you guys are to blame too because it's Xanderthal. I'm going to put his video in the description below and in comments. He said that a lot of you complain when a game gets delayed, but you also don't want crunch. You cannot have it both ways.
Exactly. You just can't.
Animal Crossing got delayed because Nintendo said they didn't want their employees to do crunch. Zelda got delayed. Heck, Mario Wonder didn't have a dang release date.
Nope.
When the game was spit polished to perfection, that was the release date.
And they had an update, folks. You know what it was for? To fix bugs. No. It was just to update some of the quality of life improvements and stuff. That was it.
Yeah.
That's the way, when you do an update, that you should do for all games. Well, it fixed 25,000 bugs and glitches and this and that. I mean...
And I'm not talking about the Pokemon Company. Oh, okay. Detective Pikachu did not release with any bugs. You guys can cry and complain about the graphics, but that's not the same as bugs and everything. It's an art style choice. But the fact is, Detective Pikachu released in really good shape. Pikmin 4 released in perfect shape. Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder. You guys can cry and complain about Nintendo all you want. When you get their games, they're finished and polished.
Metroid Prime Remastered.
Yep, Metroid Prime Remastered, Fire Emblem Engage, Xenoblade 3.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Splatoon 3. These games released finished. With little to no bugs, little to no problems, unlike everybody's favorite Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Cyberpunk, God of War Ragnarok,
Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy 16. All of these games released unfinished. And don't you dare even give me lip about Baldur's Gate 3 because even the producer said he thought the game wouldn't get great reviews because of all the bugs and stuff, and that they're going to do a huge patch that's going to fix hundreds upon hundreds of problems in that game, including bad frame rate, especially in the third act. Mine didn't do that. You're a damn liar. You're just a bot who just wants to worship a game because everybody else has had it but you.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's a bald-faced lie.
Yeah.
But they're Sony ponies, Michelle. What do you expect? They're liars.
But again, I'm not blaming, though, the developers of Baldur's Gate 3 and them. I'm blaming the corporate people there because they should have gave them 6 more months to fix the game. And then if people would have wanted to call it a game of the year, I would have been like, okay, cool, fine. Because if you guys bragging and crying and complaining about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, yet you didn't on this game, that's pure BS. You guys are part of the problem too, but Sega of America, you should be ashamed of yourself, and I wish all the contract workers well and everything. Hey, Nintendo got their feet held to the fire, and Nintendo did something about it. Now, Sega, it's time for you to pony up or shut up.
Exactly.
This is me, Michelle Lynn Tackett.
And this is Shawn.
Have a good one. Thank you for staying to the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, don't you join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's Joke of the Week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Shawn's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you and have a wonderful day.